You're watching NappyCast by Jason Nappy Weather. Summer is here, right? We've got heat and humidity building across the heartland, pushing to the Ohio Valley. All this heat is coming up from the south. It is going to continue to push to the east today and especially tomorrow around high pressure. That's going to be right here off the coast. That high pressure system is going to pump in heat and humidity from the southwest around that high. This is the cold front off to the west right now. You can see it's much cooler Oklahoma City, back towards Kansas, up towards Nebraska. And you're going to see those cooler temps start to come in from the north and the west behind the front. But this is a slow moving front. This front's not moving very quickly. It is going to be bringing in cooler temperatures eventually here. I want to show you the satellite picture. You can clearly see in the visible where that front is. See, the front's not moving that much. It's going more southwest to northeast than it is west to east. Okay, so because of that, we're not going to see much moisture push south and east just yet. You also have this little feature here, this little kind of cutoff system over Florida. A lot of torrential rain over towards the coast of Florida, right over the Lake Okeechobee, and Georgia, Carolina getting it too right now. Now, up in the northeast, over in Maine and New England, you've got wildfire smoke finally making its way down from Canada. It's finally being pushed in from the north and the west here. You can see that very clearly. So let me track the wildfire smoke for you. This is the very dense smoke. Now, it's 2,500 feet up in the sky, this smoke, so it's not overly an issue for even people that are sensitive. But if you're extremely sensitive, limit your time outdoors. But the good news is that this wildfire smoke is up in the sky on the weather highway high enough that it is not at ground level. However, it will be quite dense today on your Wednesday, looking up at the sunset, the sunrise, you saw it, the sunset, the same thing. And then it'll be a lot thinner and lighter when we get into Thursday. Notice here, the colors are not as bright by Thursday into Friday, okay, as they were for today on your Wednesday. So it will not be as big of a deal to smoke later on into the week. Temperatures will be a big deal. And here behind the cold front, okay, here's your cold front that is almost stalled. It's pretty stationary. You've got widespread 80s and 90s all the way up to Fort Kent in Maine. From Texas, Houston, all the way down South Louisiana, you have heat and humidity coming in from the south and the west right now out ahead of the front. So you're going to have severe thunderstorms. Now, because this front doesn't have a lot of energy left with it, it's now down to a level 1 threat, marginal as far as wind goes. No tornadoes here in the Ohio Valley, back to our Mississippi River Valley. Right here around Texas, that's where there's a low-end threat for tornadoes today. Now, this system is going to push east in the forecast. Watch tomorrow. Notice here that front sags south just a bit, so it's going to spark from Maine all the way down to Oklahoma. There's also that little piece of energy here that's going to spark more widespread severe weather for Oklahoma, for Kansas, for Texas, and that is for tomorrow. But this is not going to be a major outbreak. There will be some wind and some hail in the forecast. So I'll zoom into the New England right now so you can see this in the northeast. Watch the green pop up. So the green on Thursday, that into Friday, that is going to be rain, and there will be some downpours. But watch here on Saturday for the 13th time in a row. We've got a little wave coming through the weather highway here, and this puts down some pretty heavy rainfall, around an inch or so, especially down East Maine into the central highlands, down to the Capital District, and even the southern coast. So watch out there. You see where that heavy rain comes through. This is going to be for Saturday. Then Sunday it clears out. However, down east, showers could linger just a bit. So on the weather highway, I want to show you what's going on. So for the weekend, you've got that weak system passing through this little wave right here. This little wave, okay, is going to spark that shower and thunderstorm activity in New England on Saturday. But watch here towards the Great Lakes, upper Midwest. Watch that system. That's going to be a big bowling ball of energy coming down from the north. And that upper level low is going to swing through next week, Monday, Tuesday. So this big trough here in the atmosphere is the next weather maker for the country as far as being widespread. Now, I don't expect a ton of severe weather with this. The dynamics are not there, but it would be cooler and it would be wet in the Great Lakes, and then that pulls out of here and we clear out. So that's on the look at the weather highway the next few days. See it here with this trough building in, okay, way up in the sky, 20,000 feet up in the sky. You've got this trough. You don't typically see these in June, but there it is. Here's your upper level low that gets cut off. Big ridge builds out west. So Seattle back towards Oregon, you're going to see heat pump in here, okay, and cooler air pump in to the Ohio River Valley and the Great Lakes as we talk about Monday and Tuesday of next week as that system comes through, the upper level low spins through. I want to show you one spot on the map. I picked out Manchester, New Hampshire. So watch this, 82, 87. Then we cool down with rain, kind of level off for a bit. Now, here for June 16th and 17th in New Hampshire, I don't expect this right now. This looks a bit suspect to me. 40s and low 50s for highs. For me, I took a look at it on the trends. I expect this probably doesn't happen. We really need a storm to sit on top of us. We'd need, almost rain all day for 3 days for that. So right now, I'm going to throw that out and say that that's probably not going to happen. But continue to check in on NappyCast, and I'll continue to track the details for that as I now transition over to my loyal followers in Maine and show you what's going on here. 80s and 90s plus humidity in the forecast on Nappy's notes. That's coming today, tomorrow, and even a portion of start the weekend. Strong to severe thunderstorms. There'll be wind, hail, no tornado threat from this right now, with downpours into the first half of the weekend. Okay, so not an all-weekend washout, but there will be downpours. Look at all that haze up in Aroostook County right now. You can barely even see the sunshine, right? A lot of sunshine in Bangor, Eastport, Lewiston, Auburn, Portland, but it's a milky kind of a white sky. That's from all of the haze from that smoke up in the sky, pretty high up. 85 mountains today, tomorrow. 85 today too. 78 on Friday. There will be some PM thunderstorms, some downpours, and then next week it's more showery, especially Tuesday. If I had to pick a day next week where it was going to rain the heaviest, it would be Tuesday. Inland 90s. Not today. Today it's close, but not quite. We don't have the humidity today. We'll see how close we get to 90 in the southwest interior. Place like Acton, Maine, Freiburg, Maine. Those places have a shot. Sanford have a shot for 90 today. But tomorrow, widespread upper 80s and 90s. And then 84, 67 as the rain comes in. And next week, 68 for a high Tuesday. That's the best opportunity for the rain shower activity. Now, at the coastline, we have a sea breeze today. We don't get to the 80s. It'll be in the 70s. Tomorrow, we do get to the 80s, even with the sea breeze. Thunderstorms at the coast tomorrow are going to be very limited as the front has a hard time making its way south. So I don't expect a lot of rain at the coast tomorrow. Friday, a better opportunity, and especially Saturday, okay? And then next week, start off cooler with the showers with those 80s coming back into the forecast. So the latest forecast is always available on nappycast.com.